Hey guys, how you doing? It's Johnny Berger. In this video, I wanted to actually teach you. I wanted to teach you how you can deal with anxiety, and this is going to be a really good Facebook Live. What's this one? Uh, it's going to be sorry, not Facebook Live, YouTube Live. I keep saying that because I do Facebook Live as well. It's going to be really good because I'm going to cover a wide range of areas of anxiety. So approach anxiety for guys that are struggling to speak to women, social anxiety for people that are struggling to speak to people, go out and socialize and meet people. I'm also going to talk about life anxiety, about learning how to manage, when you get anxious about your life, and also panic attacks, waking up in the morning with fear and anxiety. You're very welcome. Sorry, I'm a bit out of breath here, a bit tight because I've done really good Facebook and YouTube live yesterday. I've done 3 hours of speaking. You can check out my recent YouTube live video. It's the best one I've done. I think it's called How to Change Your Life. It was really amazing interacting with you guys yesterday. So as promised, I'm going to be doing this quite regular. I might do this every day for a week, and then depending on private coaching that I'm doing and other things I've got going on. So I'm also going to let you know about a talk that I've got coming out, my next free talk. I just got to get some dates ready. So yeah, it was interesting. I wanted to talk about waking up with anxiety and panic attacks because it happened to me today, actually. This hasn't happened for a long time. A lot of people might be shocked by that. They might think that because I'm a confidence coach and you teach people that you don't experience anxiety yourself. And of course you do, because it's part of being human. So what I'm going to give you today, the solution that I'm going to give you, it's going to help men and women. As I said, it's going to help in all areas. It's actually going to help with every area of like confidence. So public speaking, going on first dates, meeting people, different social situations, doing stuff like this, making live broadcasts, making YouTube videos, Facebook, and also managing anxiety or dealing with when you wake up with panic attacks and stress, life stress. So I think the big mistake that most people make is people think that they shouldn't have it. They think that when anxiety rises up, so I'm just checking this message. They think that when anxiety rises up, that it's bad. I'm bad, I'm bad because I feel anxiety. I'm bad because I'm nervous. I'm bad because I've got social anxiety, or I'm bad because I'm nervous in this social situation, or I'm bad because when I approach them, I get anxious. And the real truth is, of course, you're not bad. It's part of the human condition. It's part of being a human being. It's a natural thing that we get triggered by things. And some of us get more nervous in certain situations. Some of us are more confident in situations. It all depends on who we are. And it obviously depends on how much we practice. Now, because I've been coaching people for 8 years, and actually 8 years now, I've got a lot of experience and, teaching and facing so many fears myself. I've come to realize that you can't fully get rid of fear. You just can't do it. It's not possible. There's no one that you see now that's fully got rid of fear. But what you can do is, and what is a big help, you can learn to manage it and you can learn to deal with it better. And the difference between dealing with anxiety better is the difference between you living your dreams and achieving everything that you want, as opposed to you not living your dreams and not living the life that you want. So in the early days, when I used to have all anxiety, so I had very bad social phobia. I had anxiety around people. I could not go to meetups and groups. It was not possible for me back then. I couldn't do it. I was nervous in family gatherings. I couldn't do one-on-ones with people. I couldn't, unless I knew them very well. I couldn't go on dates, and then there's no way I could approach women on the street. So, and then but what happened to me is I got to a place where I got so depressed, I started feeling suicidal and I started getting really lonely because I felt like I couldn't get out. I was trapped. So I got to get some water because my mouth's dry. I got so sick and tired of being bullied by anxiety and fear. I actually started going out and facing it. And what was surprising to me was, yes, when you first go out and face it, you are going to feel scared. You are going to feel anxious, and you are going to feel very uncomfortable and very threatened. You're going to feel like you're under threat, you're in danger. But as you start turning into it and facing it and going through it, you're going to feel better. And that's what I found with today when I woke up with a panic attack. Instead of getting frightened and running from it and associating with it, I just sat through it and went, come on, let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Panic's rising up, the ego's threatening me, or I've got fears. And then it went. I did just a Facebook Live talking about it. So I decided to make a YouTube video. What do you think about drugs for social anxiety? I think it depends. I think it depends on how bad your anxiety is, how bad your mental health is. I think in some cases it's necessary. People need medication. But I think I think in most cases you probably don't, if you go out and you expose it and you basically do what I teach on the 6 weeks program, what you guys watch me. If you go out and confront it over and over again, your social anxiety will dramatically decrease, because at the end of the day, at some level, we all have a certain amount of social anxiety. Even I still have it. People would be surprised by that, because they're like, what? How can you have it? You're so confident. You do public talks. You teach people. You go out and you meet women. You do YouTube. Yeah, that's because I have it so much less. So from where you might have it, that big, or let's say on a scale of 10, let's do a scale of 1 to 10. So on a scale of 1 to 10, anxiety being 10 being the most serious, 1 being not very bad. So if your social anxiety is 10 out of 10, you need to get help. Either you need to get professional help, you need to get medication or therapy or counseling, or you need to hire someone like myself who's a confidence coach who can take you out and expose you to your social anxiety and get you to speak to people, and do it enough times to the point where you can manage it, where your confidence basically outweighs the anxiety. And that's what's happened to me now. My confidence outweighs the anxiety. So I can be in social situations. I just want to give you guys, make you understand. I can be in social situations and feel a little bit nervous, but it wouldn't bother me. I can still speak, I can still make eye contact, communicate, and then I can still get through it and completely perform confidently. The same way like now. I've actually got a little bit, most people wouldn't know if I said it. Right now, as I'm doing this video, I've got a tiny little bit of anxiety, only very, very small, very mild around here, my breathing. So, because I woke up today with panic, just overwhelmed, not for any bad reason, for a good reason, because I'm growing and I'm achieving more success and I'm helping people to connect to their potential. So my old self is under threat. So the only way you can overcome anxiety or deal with it better is you have to go through it. And I think what most of you do is, or what most people do, once they feel anxiety, they run away. So let's say, for example, this is Ryan. Can you please answer my question? I've seen all your videos and I want to apply them. Oh, sorry, Ryan. I didn't see your question, man. I missed it. I'm sorry. Johnny, what age should I start? Just turned 18. Can you please answer my question? I see that. Well, what do you mean? I'm just trying to understand what you mean. What age should you start what? Going out and speaking to them on the street or talking to people? Can you just clarify your question, and then I can answer it better for you? Because you haven't told me what you starting what. Could be anything. So what most people approaching, yeah, of course you should start, man. I mean, come on, man. You're 18. You're an adult now. You're not going to get in trouble, are you? You're young, but you're still an adult. And I've mentored 18, 19-year-olds, and I started a little bit later than you, 22, but that's fine. The quicker you get started, the better. But at the end of the day, follow your own heart. But I'd say you should start now. So what most people do who get anxiety, which is everyone, they don't deal with it properly. They run from it. And if you run from anxiety, if every time you feel a bit of anxiety, let's say, for example, you're scared to go on the phone and make a sales call. If you keep running from it, you're not going to get good at selling on the phone. You won't basically, let me just explain something. So I don't want to, I'm actually getting myself confused as I explain this. I don't want to overcomplicate it. If you don't face the anxiety and the fear, you're going to not get confident. You're not going to have any confidence in yourself. You won't get confident. You won't basically be able to perform and do things and get the results that you want in your life. If you run from it, it's going to get worse. If you face it, it's going to get better. That's just basically what I spoke about yesterday. I did a video called How to Change Your Life. And the whole thing was basically explaining that my whole essence of my life, how I got successful with women in business and everything, and YouTube and public speaking, I just kept facing the fear. I kept facing it, and then it got better. And I got confident. I got very confident. And I was able to manage it. So all these people you see, like Tony Robbins, myself, including Johnny Berber, Les Brown, all these people that you see that are motivational speakers, especially people that are on YouTube like myself, we all feel the same as you do. We all feel it. We feel that anxiety. We feel that fear. We feel that fear of being judged or things messing up, or what if it goes wrong, or what if people judge me, or what if I look silly. But we do it so much that we're just used to it. So you just get used to anxiety, and then when you're used to it, it's not a problem. No, it's only a problem when you're not used to it, and then it's a big shock. When you meet people like, oh, I'm scared now. So you need to expose yourself to it all the time and get used to it. So the first tip to deal with anxiety, approach anxiety, you've got to go and expose yourself to it. So basically, I'm just going to so let me take this off. It's a bit hot. Just give me a second. Keep your questions coming. I'm going to answer all your questions that you have. Okay. So I want to help you guys to build confidence in every area, because when I first started, all I used to do is teach guys how to go out and overcome their approach anxiety and meet women in the daytime. I taught them how to do that. Okay, who's this? Mertzvac. I turn into a wet, smelly moose in a matter of 30 seconds to approach. Okay. Well, the only way for you to overcome, in your words, smelling like a wet, smelly moose, I'm assuming that you get sweaty because you get nervous and you panic. And I've seen it. I've seen quite a few. For some reason, I never got that growing up. I did get anxiety. I did get quite stuttery. My one is I get a bit stuttery and tongue-tied, and I get a bit, nervous in my face. That's kind of my symptoms when I get anxiety in situations or in anything life. I never got sweaty, but I saw people who get that. Actually, I had a client. I might be able to help you. I had a client that I worked with about a year ago. He did my 6 weeks program, and he used to break out in sweat, even around me and women. So basically, I just got him to keep facing it, and we've done some therapy. We spoke about it, and then it stopped happening. He started to sweat less, and then he got very confident, and he not fully overcome it, but like everyone, he just got very confident. He started going on dates with women from the street, and he done a public talk, and then he started to meet people. So the more you expose yourself to it, the better you get. The more you run from it, the worse it gets. It's very simple. If you run from fear, anxiety in your life, in whatever situation, whether it's approaching women on the street, whether it's people, whether it's public talks, whether it's getting on the phone, whether it's appointments, whether it's talking to authority, whether it's dealing with bills, whether it's going to the bank, whether it's selling on the phone, if you're a businessman, whether it's going and doing stuff like this. For some people, like tell the truth, guys. Let me know. I'm not trying to condemn you. Let me know if you could you do what I'm doing now? Could you go on YouTube now, set up an account, because it's free to do this? Could you do a YouTube live now and do what I'm doing now? Right, yes or no? Be really honest with me, guys, because if you're honest with me, I can really help you. If you're not honest with me, you're not going to grow, because it comes down to honesty. We want to practice brutal honesty to overcome our anxieties. So that's good. So both of you said no. You guys are really brave, or girls. So I hope I said your name right. So Mertzvac said no. Whiplash said no. Now, what I want to say to you guys is, can I ask you another question? Would you like to be able to do it? Like, forget me. It's not about being yourself. It doesn't matter. Would you like to have the confidence to do what I'm doing, to go live on the internet and be able to just be yourself like I'm doing, and just talk? Would you like to be able to do that? Can you just let me know and write yes? That's great. So Ryan went yes. So the only way I would like to not care. Do you know what? I love you guys. You know why I love you guys? Because you guys are honest. Like, there's a lot of people out there that they can't admit it, their ego's too big. And I have it sometimes with clients when I first work with them, and then they break through, and then they become, everyone's lovely deep down, but then they become honest, and then we get on really well, and they get good results on the 6 weeks program, or the weekend boot camp I do, or even on Skype. So the only way for you to not care about what people think and to be able to do it is by doing it. So somewhere between you, there's a block between all of you. So you, Raj, awesome. You also followed me yesterday. You're keeping up. There's a block. There's like, I'll show you how it looks if this makes sense. So you want to do it, but someone is holding you like that. It's almost like your mind, your mind is so strong, your anxiety is so strong, and your fears about people caring about what they think, that it's gripping you. So in order to, you basically got to break through the chains, got to break off and say, I'm not having this no more. I don't care if people judge me. I'm sick and tired of being scared. And you got to go into the fear, which is getting on YouTube and doing the YouTube live or Facebook and just start talking. And it doesn't matter if you get anxious. Who cares if you get anxious? Who cares? Like it's not a big deal. Or you've got to go out and start approaching women as well. So, like I said to you, my teaching has evolved now in the 6 weeks program and the weekend conference program. It's not just about teaching guys how to meet women. It is a lot about that. It's about teaching people how to face fear and anxiety in every area that they want to face. So obviously, if I'm working with someone on a 6 weeks program, I'm not going to make them do something that they don't want to do or they don't care about. So everyone is different, but most people do. How long would it take to get into state? On the street, usually on average with clients, it takes probably anything from 10 minutes to an hour. So between 10 minutes of warming up to an hour, you can get into state. Sometimes with clients, when I'm working with a guy's 6 week program, it can happen with really quick, but usually about an hour for the average person. I read a book about confidence. It says that confidence follows your acts. It must act first. I agree that of course it is. Confidence initially comes from courage, because confidence is something that you build through doing something that you're frightened of. Courage is something that you access when you're not confident and you're not qualified and you don't know what you're doing, but you just force yourself into the unknown. So courage ultimately is the most powerful thing, but confidence is the byproduct of many acts of courage. And then obviously confidence in some ways is more powerful than courage. It depends. I'm not sure, because they both have a certain, you need both of them ultimately. So we've got Zorcia, I'm going to stream myself eating potato chips. It's less scary than talking. That's a great idea. That's a very good idea. However you do it, whatever you need to do. So feel, and I know, because all these fears that we have, man. A lot of people have got fears of eating. I've been on dates with women who said, I can't eat when you're watching me. And there's some people can't eat in public. I used to have that, but I've overcome it because I practice it a lot. So we're starting to realize that you guys and people in general, myself included, have lots of anxieties in lots of different areas. How many days a week should you do exposure therapy? I don't think you should do exposure therapy. I don't think you should do it every day, because you'll burn out and you'll get sick and get exhausted. Unless you did something that I offer sometimes. I only do this for certain clients. I do like a 7-day transformation where I work with someone. Usually I do it with clients that are abroad. They come from America or Germany, and they haven't got time to do the 6 weeks program because they can't stay in London that long. But I'll coach them for 7 days in a row, and that's very, very powerful. That's like really powerful. But they're not going to keep doing it for 7 days. After they work with 7 days, they're going to go and have a break, and then they'll probably go back to doing 4 days a week. So I would say exposure therapy. I would say 3 to 5 days a week, and then you need to have 2 days off, because if you don't have 2 days off, you're going to feel exhausted, and so that's why I take a day off here and there. So 3 to 5 days a week. Now you can do 7 days, but it needs to be like a one-off. That will really help you. So we got show here. I got bullied at school. I'm 25 now. I still have problems making conversation with people at work, ending conversation quickly, or making face contact. Any advice? What I would do is I would recommend, because you're conscious of the fear, go into social situations with a goal being, I want to stay in a conversation longer. Now, I do this. If you go on YouTube, you see me coaching my clients on the 6 weeks program, like Aiden or Daniel, even the older ones that I've done on YouTube, right in Johnny Weber 6 weeks program or transformation, and you'll see that I give them exercises. Like first, I'll get them to just compliment and walk away. As they get more comfortable, I'll get them to stay longer. So you basically need to practice staying in conversations longer with people and not running out, because that's basically what's happened is you're talking a little bit. When it gets uncomfortable, anxiety comes up, you're running out, and that's when it gets worse. So all you need to do is what I said. Yes, all you need to do. How do you go about asking for the girl's phone number after the conversation? You got to practice it. I call it pulling the trigger. So it's the same in sales. If I'm talking to a prospect or a client and they're interested and they want to do the coaching, you have to say, would you like to sign up? And this is how much it costs. And then they go, yes. Same with a girl. You have to say to her, I enjoyed talking to you. This has been nice. Do you want to come out for a drink with me another time? Can we go out for coffee? You have to ask. Asking it will be given. That's true. I can't hold a combo too. Can't pull the trigger. Got to stop saying that, Ryan. Got to change the language. If you keep saying you can't, then you won't. Don't say I can't. Say I will. Say this. Say I'm scared of it. It's challenging me. I haven't done it yet, but I will do it. Change the language. You guys need to be careful about the language that you're using, because if we keep saying we can't and I'm no good and I'm not good enough and no one likes me and I've always been like this, and I'm always going to have anxiety, you're going to keep creating it. Change the language. When you change the language, your psychology changes, your physiology changes, you feel better, and then you'll start doing it. So I really want to talk to you guys about language can create anxiety, or language can dissolve anxiety, depending on the language that you use. And I'm working on that myself and getting some great results. And I hope you guys are grateful, because this information I'm giving you, this is worth thousands of pounds. I'm giving it to you for free, and this is what this is what people pay me for on my programs. So let's practice it. Just do it now, Ryan. Do me a favor, right? Do me a favor. I want you to write. I can pull the trigger, and I will pull the trigger. I've just got to work through my fears, and I will do that. Can you just write that for me? Something that doesn't have to be exactly what I said. Just write. I can pull the trigger. I will pull the trigger, and I'm just going to work through my fears. Please write that for me and tell me how much better. Because writing's therapy. That's probably why you guys feel good about asking me questions, writing it, because it's therapy. Telling people that they're shy is the worst thing you can do. It reinforces shyness. Yeah, I totally agree. Of course, that's what my parents used to say when I was younger. They didn't mean it. Or school teachers, oh, you're just shy. It's the worst thing to do. It creates labels. So we've got to be careful. And like Les Brown said, other people's opinion of you or us does not have to become our identity. So we must ignore it. And people say these negative things to us, we must not believe it. So Ryan, I can pull the trigger. I will pull the trigger. I'm just going to work through the feelings. Great, amazing. You're already kicking ass, because you're facing the truth and you're writing the truth. So yeah. So I'm going to keep answering your questions. This is great. Do you know what, guys? Well, I'm going to be honest with you, right? This is good for me, because, and now I want to talk to you guys about good anxiety and bad anxiety. Now, at this moment in time, I've got anxiety. Like I'm in my body now. Like it's not high, but I'm going to tell you why I've got anxiety, because I'm excited and I've been triggered. And basically, I have to read through all these questions, but I don't have to. I choose to. I love doing this. I'm passionate. I've got to read through all your questions. I'm under pressure. I've only got so much time, and I've got to answer the questions. Now, for a lot of people, that would create a lot of anxiety, but I'm able to thrive under the anxiety. So I've got anxiety in my body now. My speech is natural and fluid. You may not notice it. Most people wouldn't know. Like some of you probably go, "Oh, I can tell," but a lot of you wouldn't tell if I didn't say it. You wouldn't know, because you just wouldn't tell, because I'm very good at dealing with it. But I want to talk to you and be open about it. So I'm able to read questions. So some people are great at public talking, but struggle in making conversations in their social circles, even when they are small. Why is this? Yeah, that's very true. I relate to that. I'm a little bit like that. I can go out and do public talks, but sometimes on a certain day when I feel depressed or down, I struggle to have conversations in small groups. So I've had that myself, but there's times when I'm amazing at all those situations. Now, the reason why some people have this is because it's called being human. We're human. We're not perfect at every situation. And it just comes down to comfort levels. And basically it depends on your state. Sometimes you don't feel like doing it. So that's the reason why. Grave Rave, I definitely recognize your name. Well done. You've been following me for a long time. I appreciate it. I'm pushing myself to go out every Friday and Saturday. I walk around London. Now I have to say hello to him intentionally. You're very welcome. I appreciate you following me. You've been following me for a long time. I recognise your name. So what's great about this YouTube live is, as I'm teaching you guys, you're teaching me, and it's like a mastermind group. We're all coming up with ideas and ways to deal with anxiety better, because it's something that challenges every single human being, myself included. So now I want to talk to you guys about growing. So let me know if you guys want to grow. If you want to grow in your life and you want to grow in confidence, just write grow. You don't need to write. Just write that word, so I know that you guys are with me. Just write grow in capital letters, grow, because I want to grow. I want to grow more. I want to become the best version I can become, that God wants me to become, and I want to become better at helping people. So how are we going to grow? We're not going to grow if we don't face the fear. That's awesome. So I've got Brave saying grow. I've got Ryan. You guys are awesome. So if we want to grow, we've got to do the work. We've got to be courageous. We've got to be brave. We've got to deal with this monster that's been bullying us since we were a kid, this fear. And we're going to go into the fear. We've got to, I think there's an African proverb that says, when the fear comes up, you're going to go straight through it, or something like that. And my father taught me this, and I learned myself. So I teach my clients this. I'm teaching you guys. You're teaching me straight through the fear. Where am I frightened? Where am I terrified? Where am I terrified? So let's what I want to do is, actually, I want to just get a piece of paper. I want to do just bear with me. I'm doing an exercise. So basically, what we're going to do is, you guys are already doing it, right? So we're going to get we're going to get a piece of paper, and we're going to write every area of our life where we're frightened, where we have anxiety. So it could be any order. So we're going to say public speaking. Okay, so public speaking. That's where I'm terrified, right? So where you're most terrified, whatever frightens you the most, what makes you feel there's no way on God's earth I can face that? It's too frightening. I'm too scared of being judged. Now I'm too scared of bad emotions. I'm scared about messing up. Where is that in your life? For most people, not for me anymore, because I've practiced it. I don't mean that to be egotistical, and I'm still scared of other things. I'm facing them. I'll tell you guys what they are soon, if I can think. For most people, public speaking, that's where the growth is. The growth's where the terror is. The growth is not where you're comfortable. Where you're comfortable is where you're comfortable. You can't grow there. So at some point in our life, as soon as possible, we've got to push ourselves. We've got to motivate ourselves. We've got to inspire ourselves. Whatever we got to do, we've got to coach. We've got to get a mentor. We've got to pay for a mentor. Or if we don't want to do that, we've got to get into our own mind. We've got to listen to music, watch one of my videos. We've got to face it. When you put yourself in terror and you sit in it, stand in it and face it head on, whatever you do, you're going to grow. When you come out of that situation, out of that public talk, even if you fucked up and you went out in front of a group of people and you were like, and you were stuttering, you couldn't get the words out, and everyone laughed at you, or they're all shocked and like, oh my God, he can't handle it. Even if that happened, you are still a warrior, because you went into the suffering, and into the suffering there's growth. So the next one could be, I'm terrified of approaching women in public on the street. So that's where you're terrified. So you're comfortable around your family. I know a lot of my clients. Some of my clients are really comfortable with people. Like, I'm like, wow, this guy, like, he's really comfortable with me. He's very social, good eye contact, not in his head, talking. He's got anxiety. He's not stuttering. But as soon as we go out on the street and I'm like, can you talk to that girl? He's terrified. He's absolutely terrified, because he's never done it before. He's out of his comfort zone, and he's worried that he's going to get rejected. He's scared that she's going to have a boyfriend. He's worried about she's going to shout at him. Someone's going to attack him. So that's where you need to go. That's where the growth is. For some people, social media. I've got clients that are incredible. They've got laid from the street. They've got a girlfriend. I've got a few clients now. I've got one client who was a virgin. He was 20 years of age. He was a virgin. He come to me, and then he took my 6 weeks program, and he did 2 boot camps after. No, sorry. First he did the daytime boot camp. Then he done a 6 weeks program. Then he done a nighttime boot camp. Jesus Christ! He lost his virginity. He done a public talk at my social event. He done a video on social media to face his fear. I made him do it live, Facebook Live. He's posting up pictures. He's got a whole new social circle. Every area he's grown. and he's only 20 years of age. He's 20 years of age, and he's grown more than some of my older clients. I said to him, "You've done better than me when I started, because I started 22, and I didn't face the things you did. It took me up until 28 to do all these things." So he's grown massively, because all he does is, and that's what he paid me for, that's why he loves my coaching. I made him go to the areas where he was terrified. That's why he's grown. Murtavek, this happened to on the stage in front of lots of people. So I'm assuming what you're saying has happened to you. That's good, because it's good to go for it. Do you guys know? Do you know that the first talk I done 8 years ago in front of people, where I got some footage of me going out meeting women, that was amazing. Like my first on camera instant date of American Girl. But when I done the talk, I fell apart in front of about 30, 40 people. My first ever public talk, and I got nervous, but I sat in it. And they were lovely. They were so nice to me, like the audience. They were supportive. But they outgrew me, and then I got better each time. And then it didn't happen no more. Does failure equal success? 100%. 100%. Failure equals... So if we fail on some days, that's okay, that's fine. So if some days you say, you know what, I totally fucked up today. I couldn't speak to people. I was awkward in social situations. I kept cutting the conversation short. I couldn't make eye contact. I couldn't get on YouTube. I couldn't do anything. Do not still love yourself, because you will break through another day. So of course, failure equals success. You should write that down on your board, or be a mantra. So who here is Andres, Dimitri? Why though, Johnny? Do you mean why does failure equal success? Because you need to explain to me, because you've got to remember, guys, I'm getting loads of questions. I'm trying to stay on board, so it's not easy doing this, but I love it. Now watch me change language. Did you see that little bit of insecurity? See, my language got bad then. See how I started complaining? I went, it's not easy to do this. That's the fearful part of me. I catched it. I'm conscious. Watch me change the language. Watch me say, no, actually, it's challenging doing this, but I love doing it, and I love helping you guys. I love connecting. So when I change language, it's completely fine. Yes, sorry, mate. So okay. Let me explain it. Let me try and get this right. I don't want to make it complicated. The reason failure equals success is because I don't know. I don't know if all I know is true, because every single time in my life, I hope you guys don't want me talking about me. I'm not being egotistical. I'm telling you the truth so you can understand the truth and get it for yourself. Every single girl that I met in day game or the daytime, every girl that I ended up dating, having a good date with, sleeping with, becoming my girlfriend, or seeing regularly, every single girl came from me getting rejected a lot of times before I met her. So if failure doesn't equal success, what's that telling you? Of course it does. In business, every client who signed up to my programs and paid me and got amazing results and was really pleased, before them, 5 or 10 people said, no, I don't want to, I can't do your coaching. Or they inquired and then they said, oh no, it's too expensive. Or they said, I haven't got the time now. So for me in business as well, failure equals success. A certain amount of people will not like you, or not, it's not that they don't like you, they're not going to want to do business with you, or a certain amount of women won't date you. So in life, science, maths, God, every successful person, me, Tony Robbins, Les Brown, my clients, you, because you guys have been successful in your life, are going to get turned down a certain amount of time. It's a numbers game. So that's why it's true. I feel like I don't deserve some girls sometimes. Change the language. That language is poor language, very poor language. So I say in my heart, I know I deserve girls. Change the language, and eventually the emotion will change, your results will change. Ryan, it's a numbers game. Of course it's a numbers game. Listen, if any guru tells you it's not a numbers game, they're not being honest with you, they're lying to you, because it is a numbers game, and that's just how reality works. If that was the case, then everyone would like me online. Of course, everyone doesn't. So it's a numbers game. Some of my videos go viral. They get 100,000 views. They get 500,000. Some videos get 500, get 2,000. It's a numbers game. Yeah, and sorry, just give me a second because this happens sometimes. This is good. I've got I just want to, I've got really deep, very present, and I just did a Facebook Live, by the way. Guys, make sure that you follow me on Facebook as well. YouTube is my main source, but also add me on Instagram because all the stuff I'm posting is inspiring you. Now, tell me if I'm right. Tell me if I'm right. I'm sensing when I'm talking to you guys because I want to get you to the next level. I'm sensing that some of you are like it's almost like you're not sure. Like you're not sure. You got so much information. You're like, is it really true? Is it true? Does failure equal success? It's almost like you're not sure yet. You're not sure about what the truth is for you. So I want to encourage you to go out and find it. And the best way I can help you to do that is by personally coaching you and taking you out or getting you to face your fears. When you face your fears, you'll be more sure. So then you won't have to ask me. You already know. Right, next one. I want like now, guys. Please write yes. Do you guys want me to be brutally honest with you about me, about myself, and about my teaching, and about people, and about life? Do you want me to be honest with you about what it takes to become successful? Tell me the truth. Just write yes, like in capital letters. Or do you want me to bullshit you, sugarcoat it, and make it sound all nice and not give you the truth, or give you half of the truth and then half of it's going to be bollocks? So Grave Rave says yes. Can I get some more yeses, guys? Can I feel like I'm connecting with you? Can I feel a little bit of love and support? That's right. James Walker says yes. Can I get some more yeses in capital letters? Do you guys want me to be very vulnerable? Yes. Do you guys want me to share some of my most deepest insecurities that I've never told anyone? Yes. Yes, that's great. Do you watch porn? The answer is no, but I watched it in the past, not at this moment. Yes. Okay. Now, I'm scared as well. I'm scared too. I'm scared the same way you guys are. I'm scared of being judged. I'm scared of women turning me down. I'm scared of not making any money in my business. I'm scared of being broke. I'm scared of disappointing my parents. I'm scared of people criticizing me online. I'm scared of losing my followers. I'm scared, right? So I'm scared. But listen to this. When I admit it, when I tell the truth and I'm honest with myself, because you've got to love yourself, you've got to be honest with who you are. When I'm honest with myself and when I'm honest with my friends and you guys, my fans, my whatever you want to call it, I'm not really keen on fans. I prefer more my friends. You guys are my friends, my followers, but you're not I don't own you. I'm not your guru, but I can help you. You're your own guru. When I'm honest about it, I'm not that scared anymore. So I'm not scared if people don't like me. I'm not scared if women turn me down. I'm not scared if I don't make money. I'm not scared because I've been through hell and back. So you have. I've been through suicide, wanting to commit suicide. I've been through depression, anxiety, and I've been through amazing things like now success. So you have to admit that you're scared in every area. You have to admit it and not deny it, and then you won't be scared of it. Now, next truth, as I'm told you, you got to get uncomfortable. You got to get uncomfortable. Public speaking is uncomfortable. Video blogging online is uncomfortable. Making money is uncomfortable. Meeting girls and being great with women is uncomfortable. Becoming successful is uncomfortable. Becoming famous is uncomfortable. Feeling love in your heart is uncomfortable. Loving other people is uncomfortable. Forgiving people for judging you is uncomfortable. Everything's uncomfortable. But guess what? That's where the growth is. And you guys want to grow. I know you want to grow because it's Friday and you're online communicating with me. I want to grow. I want to help you guys to grow. So if I help you to grow, I'm going to grow. If you help me to grow, you're going to grow. So we can help one another. But if you accept that, oh my God, do you know how amazing life is? Do you know how good you're going to feel? Do you know how good I feel most days? What's up, Aiden? Do you know how good I'm going to feel? So let me go back and be vulnerable with you at the start. At the start of the journey, every new day, I'm scared. I'm scared you guys are not going to like me. I'm really scared. I'm scared that I'm not going to get no business. I'm not going to get any clients. I'm not going to make no money. I'm scared that I'm going to be lonely. I'm not going to have a girlfriend. I'm scared that I'm not going to meet women anymore. Or I'm scared that I'm not going to be as good as I thought I was. Or I'm not going to get the results that I got a year ago. Or I'm scared that I won't get my clients amazing results, and then they're gonna be upset and attack me and get angry at me and blame me for not fulfilling what they want to achieve. I'm scared of going viral. I'm scared of not going viral. But when I say it and I confess it out, I'm not that scared because I'm connecting to God. That's deep, isn't it? I'm connecting to love. I'm basically killing my ego because I don't want to be arrogant. I don't want to give people the impression I'm some perfect person. I'm not. But I am courageous, and I will face every fear. I will face the fear. I will risk it. I'll go and work with clients, and I'll do everything I can to get the results. I have to risk it. Because you know why, guys? We have to risk love. We have to risk everything because we won't get love. You won't feel loved in your heart. Tell me the truth, guys. Just write yes. Be brutally honest with me. If you're not going out facing your fears and being the man that you know you can be, and meeting amazing people that you know you can meet, and meeting an amazing woman, and making money, being happy in your life, and loving your family, if you're not doing those things, do you really feel love in your heart? Tell me the truth. Because if I'm not doing those things, I don't feel love in my heart. It doesn't mean I don't love people. I have empathy, but at that time, in those moments, I don't feel good about who I am. I don't feel like a man. I don't feel like a good role model to other people because I'm not stepping up in my life. I'm not growing. So the iron only feels itself needlessly tortured, and it goes through the furnace. But the tempered blade will look back and know better. That's beautiful. That's very beautiful. It's all about spiritual growth. It's all about killing the ego. So, it's a bit like, if we go into our addictions, we're not going to feel good about ourselves. If we watch porn, if we're gambling too much, if we're drinking too much drugs, if we're paying prostitutes for sex, if we're getting massages and happy endings, and we're going to have a happy ending today, but not in that way. And it's good to laugh as well, so we don't take things too serious. But I'm basically giving you the psychology. My psychology got me success that I teach people. So it's not good enough that we just say I'm scared, because you're going to be scared. But when you face the fear continuously, you're less scared. Your courage grows because it's about courage. So I want you guys to write, tell me the truth. Be truthful in your heart. Do you think deep down in your heart that you've got a lot of courage? And if you really, really wanted to, if someone put a gun to your head, you could do public speaking. You could do the job you love and get paid for it. You could help people. You could date a beautiful woman. You could go out and be great at day game. You could be great online. You could be a great friend. You could be loved by people. You could love your family. If you know that in your heart, and you know you've got the courage deep down, can you write courage in capital letters? Because I want to see who means business here. Because there's a lot of you. I'm reading all your names. So can you just write courage? If you write courage in capital letters, I know that I'm not wasting my time with you guys. I know that you mean business. That's amazing. We've got one. We've got Zorcia Courage. We've got Crave Rave Courage. We've got James Wall Courage. I love it. I love you guys because you guys are on point. You guys are courageous. We've got another guy, Courage. We've got Mickey P, and I recognize you as well. Thank you for following my stuff. So I'm seeing it, and it's a beautiful word, isn't it? Like, because words are powerful. I don't even know I didn't even know I was going to say this to you guys. We've got Ivan Courage, because words are beautiful. When we write the truth, we become the truth. When we write the truth, we become the truth. So writing's powerful. Writing can heal anxiety. Writing can cure, like our inner demons, our shadows, and align us back to love, or align us to who we are, or make us feel good. So we can do some written therapy. This is why I'm just illustrating a piece of paper, and I'm just writing stuff down. You're the man, Johnny boy. Thank you. Hector Rodriguez, you've been following me for a long time. I really appreciate the support. Another one I'm gonna say, guys, as well, is appreciation and gratitude. You need to appreciate who you are. We have to appreciate who we are. We have to appreciate our fears, our little insecurities, our social anxieties, because that's what makes us beautiful. That's why we all relate to one another. Who relates on bank account balance? No one gives a fuck. You don't care about the bank account. You don't really care about how many girls I got laid with. You want to relate to me on my insecurities because you've got them as well. And then we can relate on our strengths. But really deep down, the real heart of a human being is that we connect because of our vulnerabilities. And then we feel better because we're not the only one. Right, I'm going to get real with you again. I don't know why this come up because the word. Be honest, guys. Tell me if sometimes some of you feel lonely. Just write it, right? Write loneliness in capital letters and then write LOL because we want to take the piss out of it. And I'm going to explain why loneliness is associated with anxiety and success, why it's something that we have to go through. So write loneliness, and then you can write LOL because we're laughing at it. Actually, let me write it. Let me lead by example. So loneliness, LOL. Loneliness. Did I spell it right? Well, pretty much. So for most periods of my life, not all of it, growing up, I felt lonely. And the reason why I felt lonely because I didn't face my fears. And because I didn't face my fears, I felt trapped with these fears and demons, and they made me feel lonely. I couldn't breathe. But when I started to face my fears and going out and meeting women and doing public talks, making videos and teaching and social situation, the loneliness went down. I started to feel connected. Then you don't feel lonely, you feel good. You feel good in yourself. So if you don't want to feel lonely, face your fears on a practical level, and then the loneliness will start going away. So basically, we've got about another 15 minutes. I wanted to let you guys know we've got some more time for questions. I'm going to be cutting this when it gets to about an hour because I'm going to be heading out meeting some friends. I'm going to get some food. I love this, man. I'm really enjoying this. This is so good connecting you guys. So it's good. You guys are making fun of it. The geek trick, awesome. You was online yesterday. I'm glad you enjoyed my talk. So yeah, what else was I going to say? I can't think right now. I've gone blank for a second. Fire away. Ask me any questions. So yeah, coming back to anxiety, it's all about going through it. So is this Zain Udin, if I pronounce your name right, hopefully. Dear Johnny, how to stop caring what the woman think about me when I approach her? Okay. You think about that one and meditate on that, give you a great answer. Okay. There's two things you can do. Two amazing things. Number one, you can consciously go out and approach women with the mindset and tell yourself, I don't care what they're going to think about me. And that's quite powerful. But I want to give you a better solution. This is going to be something that you're going to work more long term. If you find your purpose in life, whatever that may be, and that would usually revolve around you facing your fears, you are not going to feel so much concern about what she thinks about you when you approach her and she's looking at you and you're talking to her. That's going to fire because you're going to feel good about you because you're doing good things in your life. So I'm learning, guys, when we do good things in our life, but when we are taking action, when we're helping people, when we're facing our fears, when we're approaching women doing public speaking, when we're getting on the phone, when we're doing business, or when we're being creative, when we're singing, whatever that is, writing, going swimming, dancing, making music, whatever you love, we feel good in ourselves because we love what we do in our life. So when we go and approach a woman, it translates. So that's what you need to do. Whiplash. When I go outside, it takes me 3 to 6 hours to finally approach women. How do I do it immediately? You just have to push yourself in. You have to push yourself in. You have to be strict. You have to be firm. You have to discipline yourself. And usually, this is the type of clients that I can really help on my boot camp or my weekend or 6-week program. Guys that are really struggling to approach. Because to be fair, now this is not me judging you or criticizing you because you're still doing amazing. But ideally, it shouldn't take you 3 to 6 hours to approach women. That's too long. But I went through that when I started. It took me the whole day, 8 hours. So to eradicate that down, you need to get it down. I would say I'm going to give you a goal. You should be doing your first approach within the first hour. And that comes back to motivation and discipline. You need to work on that. I run out of things to say. How can I deal with it? Well, I've run out of things to say a couple of times doing this God's sake, YouTube Live with you guys, because I'm getting passionate. So just don't panic with it. Just take a deep breath, call it out, say to people, I've run out of things to say. And just practice it. Practice makes perfect. Ramos A. Oh, you are live again. Nice to see you again, Johnny. Very nice to see you as well. It's a pleasure. Just going to get some water. I'm just going to have a minute out. Okay. Hector Ridley, I was afraid to watch your video live, and today I finally did it, bro. And I connected spiritually from Carolina. I said, that's amazing. I'm just interested. Why was you afraid to watch my video? Does it bring up stuff, what I'm talking about? Is it making you feel Is it bringing up fear for you? Is it bringing up your potential? That's interesting. Well, yeah, I guess that I've had a few people tell me, there were clients in the past, that I couldn't watch your infill videos. It made me scared. I can understand that to some degree. Actually, I can understand that on a large degree. I've also watched gurus online or teachers, and they've inspired me, but they've made me feel, it's triggered fears in me because they're making me look at things that I'm running from in my life. How to spot the crazy feminist women from the normal. Do you know what? I'm not going to go into that now. That's a big topic. I'm not going to talk about that for this moment in time, because I have to take action. I'm afraid, ashamed to take action approaching women. I'm going to ask another question. Ahmed Zaid Azhar. When I socialize with people, I'm afraid that I'm making them uncomfortable. How can I overcome this feeling? It comes back, you have to make you comfortable. So when you're fearful that you're making other people uncomfortable, it's because you're not comfortable. So you've got to work on exposing yourself more to different social situations, getting some positive experiences in those situations, and then that will make you comfortable, so you'll make them comfortable. But, you know, listen, don't beat yourself up. We're human. There's times when I feel like I don't make someone comfortable. Sometimes we do. It happens. We're just human, you know. We project different things. So I wouldn't worry about it too much, but you can get better by practicing it. So yeah. Do me a favor, guys. I just want to get some feedback for videos to make. Do you find these videos more helpful? Do you find the YouTube live more helpful, where I can interact with you live and answer your questions? Or do you prefer the videos where I go out and do infill videos approaching women and doing it live and then uploading it to YouTube? What do you think is more powerful? What helps you more? What can get you better results? Could you tell me, is it a mixture of both, or is it this video, the live's better? Let me know, because I'm going to do both anyway, but I would like to know what is better, because then I'll probably do more of that. So just let me know. That would really help me a lot, because I'm trying to find out what videos help. James Walker said, do a bit of both. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Alfie said both. Alfie Donut. Whiplash said YouTube live. That's great, because I want to get like a, like they do like a mixture of feedback, and we can calculate the numbers. What I'm going to do is, after, I'm going to watch back this. I'm going to see how many people said they prefer YouTube live as opposed to me going out making the videos of me approaching women and showing how to do that. I feel connected this way underground, but both. Okay, both. Mickey said infield. Oh, it kind of feels like YouTube live is winning at the moment. There's slightly more. My main problem is the balance setting. I would avoid approaching it. Alfie said, do live stream once a week, then one real video a week. That's good. That's something I could probably work towards doing. At the moment, because I've had a month break, because I didn't upload for a month, I will probably do YouTube live every day for a week this week, and then I'm going to have a break from it. Once a week YouTube live is okay. That's good. Yeah, maybe I'll do a certain day. At the moment, I'm experimenting because I'm doing new things. We'll see what we come to. I'll decide. But it's good to get your feedback. What's your view of London day game model? I have no opinion. I don't follow it, so I've got no opinion on it. I'm all about being natural, being honest. I don't follow methods of that, so it doesn't resonate with me. I don't teach that. What else is there? Okay, so actually, yeah, that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about negative emotions, because I think that is very, very that's very connected to approach anxiety, life anxiety, panic attacks, social anxiety, situational anxiety. Just guys, let me know. Write down, if I know, obviously I know it's true. Hang on a second. Shane Clone 15. What's up, Shane? Thanks for connecting me. Depression. What's a good place in London to talk to women who are going extrovert and going out? I'm going to make a video about that, so let me come back to that, because that's going to be a longer video. But I will promise you, I will make a video. I am going to do like I've got a lot of new stuff coming. I'll do like almost like like a tourist blog in London where you're going to see me going around professional cameraman, and I'm going to go on all the streets, talk about different vibes, what's good, what's not. I'm going to go to dating places, so that's coming soon. What do you suggest for boundary setting? People make me disappointed a lot and end up avoiding people in order to avoid disappointment. Just work on it, just get balance. Of course you have to have boundaries. Like, I have to have boundaries with you guys. I have to, at some point, I have to end the Facebook Live. Otherwise, imagine you guys wrote and said, "Listen, Johnny, if you don't keep doing Facebook Live, we're not going to like you. We're going to reject you." If I was to agree on that, then I've got no boundaries. You're going to abuse me. And obviously, I've got strong boundaries, but I'm also flexible. I've got healthy boundaries. So at some point, I need to go. I'm busy. I've got friends to see. Same way you guys are. So that's an example of boundary setting. You have to say no when you mean no. You have to say yes when you mean yes. But I wouldn't overdo it. I wouldn't get to the point where if your boundaries are too strong, you're going to scare people away. So there's a balance, and you have to find that in yourself through practice. What sort of gifts do women like on their birthdays, Joe? To be honest, I've got no idea when it comes to stuff like that. You changed that. I was about to say I'm bad. No, I'm going to change that. I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm not bad. I've got to get more educated and experienced at that. But I would say probably women would like an experience rather than because you can buy a woman a ring, flowers, and all that, but an experience is more powerful. Johnny, do you read The Power of Now? You seem very similar to the author Eckhart Tolle. Check him out. Yeah, I love Eckhart Tolle. I've read The Power of Now. I've watched hundreds of hours of Eckhart Tolle, and he's really helped me. I've come away from it a bit now because I have a break from teachers because I feel like I've got enough from him. But I love Eckhart Tolle. I come back when I need his help. But he's helped me a lot. So if you see any similarities, maybe it's because unconsciously I have watched him. Yeah, he's great. Lion ties or teas. I get anxious on what I should talk about when talking about with when thinking about approaching people. So let me get this right. So lion tis or lion teas. You get anxious when you think about what you're going to talk about when you're around people. I can understand that. Now, I think sometimes when we feel like that, and I felt like that at times, when we feel like, oh, if I meet people, I'm going to be worried what I'm going to talk about, it's because we're coming from a taking mindset. We're thinking too much about what can I get out of this? Like, how can I get them to like me? But if you change your mindset and think, how can I give? And do you know how you give? Just be present and just listen to people, because everyone wants to be listened to. Why do you think at a deep level I'm doing these videos? I want to help a lot of people, but I have insecurities too. I want to connect. I'm human. It's nice that I have someone that you guys are listening to me and you appreciate me, you value me, and I'm listening and I value you. It's back and forward, so we value one another. So you've got to work on changing your mindset. Shane Cohen, what about premature sex problem effect with girls? I don't know what you mean by that. Can you explain that? I don't know. Do you mean premature ejaculation when you come too quick, or do you mean having sex with a lot of girls, which is an addiction? I don't know. Can you explain that? Hector Rodriguez, what about I'm dealing with childhood trauma and working with a therapist? I'm working on sexual trauma, so I'm affairs, try and sleep with women at this moment in growth. Should I wait until I heal? Well, you're already working with a therapist. I think you should, do what your therapist advised you to do. Follow your own heart and do what you feel is right. You probably know in your own heart what is right at this moment. Oh, great, great. Oh, you know what, Shane? I want to really reward you on your courage, because I'm going to be straight, guys. It's not a competition, but I may start doing a competition actually. And I appreciate his honesty. So premature ejaculation, I never had that, but I used to get erectile dysfunction, which is still similar to fear. I think that comes down to you facing this fear. Like, how can I get you to face it, not be ashamed of it? Because there's a lot of shame around this fear. So why don't you talk to the girl that you're sleeping with, or the girls that you're going to sleep with, about your fear in a positive way? Talking about your fear will always be so much more. It will help you more to get it out. Just talk about it and educate yourself in it, and recognize that a lot of men have it. I never had that one, but I had all the other ones. But I was fearful that that would happen, but it usually was the opposite, because I had such fears I couldn't come, which could be frustrating in another way. But I had all the opposite. So talk about it, educate yourself, and then start practicing overcoming it. How much are you in real life teaching? like when you take someone out, they can talk to women. I want to do that. Well, my prices depend. It depends on how long you want to work with me, and that could depend. And what I do with people now is, before I work with anyone, we have a conversation on the phone, which is free, and then I can discuss what your problems are and whether I can help you or not. We can work together, and I can tell you the cost and the price of the program. So it all depends on how long and what you need help with and what your goals are. I have some set prices, some prices are not fixed. So email me and we can arrange a consultation on Skype. You can talk to me on Skype or on the phone. And that's a free 20-minute consultation. Okay, so 1 month coaching. What's your email? So let me give you my email. Right. So let me give you an email. Berber88@gmail.com. So that's my email, Alfie, Johnny Bird. And if you email me, I can probably get back to you by later on or latest tomorrow, and then we can set up a consultation. Sometimes we can do it over email. I don't mind. Sometimes we can go forward the coaching if we come to an agreement, and I can help you. But I first want to see if I can help you. I know what your problems are. You're very welcome. Shane, do you do approaching in stores or malls? Yes, I do. Yeah, that's my PayPal as well. Thanks, man. I appreciate you saying if you want to donate. Yeah, look, guys, I'll be honest with you. Like the way I was brought up, I feel a bit embarrassed asking people to donate. It makes me feel like I'm begging or something, and I'm a very giving person. But if people want to do it, I'm not asking for it. If you want to donate some money because you appreciate what I do to my PayPal, however it is, it could be £5, anything. I will use that money. I will put that money back into making YouTube videos, because obviously it does cost me a lot of money to make videos on YouTube. I've got to pay Jahan, and it's not cheap, but I'm not complaining. He deserves every penny he gets. This is quality content. So any donations you make, I'll put that into putting out amazing content for you guys. And I'm also going to start now. I'm giving you from my heart. I'm actually going to start putting out videos that people ask me to put out, where before I just put out videos that I thought. I'll still do that, but I'll start being specific. Are you able to Snapchat live videos? So, do you know what, guys? I don't have Snapchat. I don't even know how to set one up. I'm going to speak to my friend Tay, who's good on social media, and I'm going to get on Snapchat. And I love you guys, because you guys help me a lot, because I didn't know how to do Snapchat and don't have it. I see people like Floyd Mayweather and the celebrities using it, but I don't do it. So maybe I will get on it. Basically, I promise I'll be on Snapchat by this week. I'll get it sorted out, and then I'll do some lives on it. I stopped day gaming. How do I bring the confidence back? Right. Okay. I'm gonna ask that question. Just got a message here. Don't worry. Right. It sounds to me like you've lost motivation. You got to get purpose. You got to find your purpose again. You got to find your purpose, and I'm going to do a video talking about that, because that's a long conversation. I need a long time to answer that. But you got to find your purpose, and then you can reconnect with it. Not Snapchat, Super Chat. So how should I start a conversation with someone? I'm 16, so a lot of these conversation starters that people recommend, like directions, they're not relevant. No, that's not good. I don't agree on that, because doing like, Johnny, do you travel for coaching? It depends. If it's somewhere that I can get to, and I feel good about it, and then I can travel and I can coach you. If it's somewhere in London, or I can travel to. If it's abroad, Bournemouth. That depends. It depends. Listen, if let's say for example you wanted to do a weekend boot camp, and then maybe I could do that if I was free. So I'm not going to rule it out, and I probably will do it actually, because I like to come out of my comfort zone. So I probably will do it. If I can come to, I probably will do it. If I get the time schedule in, I'll probably do it. But would probably prefer that you come to London. But we can work it out. As I said, we can talk about this on email. We can go on the phone, and I can talk to you about it. How to one up an alpha when he's trying to get you down around women? Be nice to him. Be very loving to him. Do not fight him. Do not try and bully him, kill him with kindness. And I don't mean that literally. I mean, be kind. Go to another level. Because if you try and match him, you're going to get insecure, you're going to get into a fight. It's not going to solve anything. Because I used to do that when I was younger. I used to get into fights with a lot of people. Was too reactive and crazy. Be nice to him. Let him have the women. If he wants the women, he wants to compete with you, play these games. You know what, my friend? Have them. God bless you. Because there's abundance. And the universe will give you someone better. This guy must know what he's talking. He has that beard. That's funny. I don't understand that, but I'm happy with that. Let's go with that. If you've got a beard, you must know what you're talking about. I like humour. How to find your purpose in life, Shane. I talked about this yesterday, Shane. Shane, do me a favour when you've got time. Check out my video, How to Change Your Life. It's the YouTube live I done yesterday. It's full of content. It's 2 hours. Watch a little bit every day. That whole thing has got all my teaching. How to find purpose. It's got everything in it. So watch that. I'll tell you. I talked about it. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Good question. Great. Guys, if you run out of things to say and you get anxious, you should just feel the anxiety and eventually it will go away. Very true. A few more minutes, guys, and I'm going to finish up because we've gone over an hour, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. But guys, I loved it, man. I really appreciated. I loved it. I appreciated all of it. I love connecting with you. It was really good. I can really feel, like, it's weird. I can feel your personalities and stuff. It's really nice. So it's great, and yeah, that's it. Okay, a couple more and I'm out. What are some of the ways a woman might test you? Great stream. Please do more. Yeah, I'm going to do more. If you don't worry, loads more coming. A woman will test you in all kinds of ways. A woman will test you to see if you're congruent. Congruent means if you're true. So if there's anywhere where you're being fake or you're being scared, she's going to test you on that, and she's going to judge you on that. So you don't have to get paranoid about that, and you just get better at being more truthful, more confident, more expressive. Johnny, how do you keep a confident body language around 10 out of 10 women? You've got to practice. Two ways to do that. A 10 out of 10 woman. You know, I don't like rating people. Good fashion. Practice talking to them so you get used to being around them, and find purpose in your life. If you've got purpose, if you've got good fashion, and you practice talking to them, you're not going to feel scared around them. It's going to be normal. It's going to become normal no more. And try and get out this thing of rating people. I know it's hard because our society does it. We judge. He's this, he's that, she's that. Try and get away from that. Be more balanced. So yeah, anyway, guys, I got to go now. That was amazing. I'll connect with you soon, put it into practice, and that's how you deal with anxiety and build confidence, success in your life. Enjoy the process. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys soon. Okay, last question. Johnny, how much does it cost 6-week program? Email me. We can talk about it. My email is there. My email is johnnyberber88@gmail.com. Send me an email and we can talk about the cost. But before we get to the cost, I want to know if I can help you or not. And I do a free consultation over the phone. So if you're interested in coaching, email me and I'll get back to you. We can discuss cost. Drop me an email today and I can talk to you about the price and see if I can help you. Wicked, guys. Love you guys. I'll see you soon.